Welcome back, everybody. Back at it again. Right. Today is a very important lesson as well. Building your first automation with Make.com, our automation partner. Automate, connect, scale. So what we'll be building today is an email autoresponder. And what I'm going to do is present this little presentation to you, explain the importance of automation, all the inner workings of the system, and then I'm going to actually build it live for you. Okay. So let's get started. What is Make.com? Okay, the link is in the description if you want to sign up and build along with me. But Make.com is a visual automation software, connects your apps and moves data automatically. Think of it as a back-end nervous system of your AI stack. If this happens, do that. So when we talk about an automation platform, it's letting you connect your email to your calendar, connect your calendar to your browser, and connect your browser to WhatsApp, and connect that to your LinkedIn, right? And that's extremely powerful when you implement artificial intelligence like the GPT modules, the photo generation modules, so on and so forth. I'm going to explain to you exactly why. But if you look at this little graphic over here, these two links, it's exactly what we're talking about. Linking these apps together to build some system is going to save us a lot of time. So talking about why automation matters, if we look at a study from 2024, Deloitte, businesses that automate workflows, they reduce manual workload and improve efficiency. You look at the basic ones: email autoresponders, CRM autopopulators, content generators, photo generators, content posters. All these systems are doing is taking out that repetitive manual workload and replacing that with an automation that runs 24/7 and automatically. So it ensures instant replies, zero misleads, consistent follow-up. You can schedule follow-up mails for your sales clients or conversations you're having to be sent out every 3 days or so, right? And that's exactly what we're building today with this autoresponder. It has a trigger. This is just a breakdown of the flow. A new lead capture or a new email sent into your inbox. As soon as an email lands into your inbox, it's going to trigger this whole system, right? And that's going to take you to the action, which is to send an automated email reply. Building on top of that, not only is it automated, it'll be personalized using a GPT module. And then we're going to store it in Airtable, and that's going to be our data component. So I'm going to take you through the process, and then I'm going to build it for you, right? So when we go inside Make.com, we'll click on create a new scenario. We'll choose our trigger app. Once again, Make.com, I think they have over 300 integrations, so it's not just Gmail. You can use this for ManyChat, Typeform, Webhook. Whatever app you're using is probably there on Make.com. For this example, I'll be using Gmail. So we'll use Gmail as our trigger, and that's going to start our automation for us. Yeah, we'll choose our trigger, and then we'll add our GPT module. Next step. You click add. You choose OpenAI, ChatGPT, create chat completion. What this means is it allows the AI to generate an email automatically inside the prompt, and our prompt will look something like this. Write a professional welcome email to name. When you see these two curly brackets, it means it's a variable. We just downloaded our AI guide, keep it concise, and include a call to action. All of these variables in Make.com is one of the most important things. That's what makes these systems work. So where you see name, it will be taken from the email address. When we talk about chat completion, it's usually built with two different sections. You have a system prompt and a user prompt. A couple of months ago, I did an in-depth video explaining the GPT module, why you use a system prompt, why I need to use a user prompt. But overall, the GPT module is going to be the intelligence of the system. After that, we add the email action Okay, so we added the trigger. Now we're adding the action, and the action is going to be send the email that we have just generated using the GPT module. And how we define that is we're going to say to user email, we're pulling that from the trigger. So when somebody sends us an email, we also get their email address, putting that over there. Subject, welcome message. You can also generate this with AI if you want to. And in the body, we'll take the GPT. So what's happening now is that as soon as somebody sends an email or a form is submitted or somebody sends a text on WhatsApp, that's going to trigger the scenario. The GPT is going to generate a personalized email, and then the output is going to be passed to the email action module to send it through. Okay, so very simply, AI writes, automation sends. Map GPT output into email. This is an important section, and you'll see this in the tutorial. We go back to the email module, okay, and then we're going to map the response. And this just means that the content is going to be dynamic, meaning the output of the GPT module is going to be sent straight to the email. So overall, what this really means is we've just moved from manual replies to intelligent automated communication. So no more misleads, instant response time, scalable communication, structured backend systems. The one I want to touch on over here, one of the most important points, scalable. I'm going to build a very basic flow. It's going to consist of 4 modules. You can scale that up and you can make the system so complex it can be a customer support and sales chatbot all in one. Your automation can now instantly respond to new leads, personalize every email using AI, capture and store data automatically using Airtable, trigger follow-up sequences, segment users based on behavior, connect to CRM systems, and scale without hiring additional staff. So Make.com is a free platform, right, with limitations, but this you can build all for free and under 20 minutes, like I'm about to show you. So this is where this technology is heading, and that's why with this Learn program, really pushing, getting it out there and teaching people about this, because it can make a huge impact. And it's only just the beginning. Now, Make isn't the only automation platform or automation tool. There's actually quite a few. So we might get the question, why are we using Make.com? Make.com is visual, it's flexible, it's scalable. They're one of the only platforms that have over 1,000 apps. I thought it was 400. It's over 1,000. Alright, you design your workflows visually, which means if you're not very technical, that's not going to be a problem. You're connecting these little modules together. It's pretty cool. And you add AI into any process using GPT modules, etc. And the best part about it is we're building these backend systems which used to cost tens of thousands of dollars one day. We're building them without any coding at all. So now I'm going to take you through the build tutorial, hands-on, and what you're going to see is how I created from scratch, how I add the trigger module, how I connect the GPT module, how I write the AI prompt, map the dynamic data fields, configure the email action, test it, and turn it on. Okay, so you're going to see all of that right now. And then, of course, you can build your own DM agent with us, deploy in 7 days. Okay. Alright, so I'm in Make.com. I just added the Gmail trigger module, and then that's going to watch my inbox and monitor for any incoming mails so we can auto respond to them. Okay, so you add your Gmail address at the top of here. It's called a connection. Filter type, simple filter, Gmail filter. They're both pretty much the same thing. Folder, I said inbox, right? Label, you could create different labels, and that's once again scaling the system. You can separate it into your interior communications and customer inquiries, etc. Everything else here you can leave. Limit, whenever you're building a automation, I recommend your limit should be 1, just when you start testing it, so that you don't accidentally or to reply to 10 emails at once. So just keep it for 1 when you're building it. And we can say from now on, save. Okay, so the trigger is set up perfect. Now, click on the plus sign. It's going to add another module. So over here, we're going to scroll down to OpenAI. This is going to be the intelligence part of the automation. And if you watch my previous video, I spoke a lot about the power of combining automation and intelligence in these systems. So here, as you can see, there's so much possibilities, capabilities with this engine. But for now, we're going to just go create a completion over there. Okay. Then what you're going to want to do is connect your OpenAI account to Make.com. I always recommend, if you're playing around with automation, building it for yourself, for your team, pre-fill your billing or your wallet balance like $5 just for the credit usage and that everything works smoothly. Okay, method is good. Models, okay, they do explain, they give you a bit of a breakdown. Because we're basically just generating emails with a couple of information that we have, you don't really need to use the brand new fastest engine. Even an 04 Mini is perfect for this. Output tokens, I say this in every Make.com video. Make.com by default gives you 2048 as a max output token value, which is crazy. For most tasks that you'll be doing, you won't be using more than 2000. So over here, you can put 800, and that's just going to help you in the long run not get to that limit so quickly. So 800 is cool. Messages. One of the most critical parts of this tutorial that I have to teach you about is the different messages and the roles they play within a system, right? So most of the time when you're using a completion module, you'll have 2 messages, one for the user, one for the system. Okay, and the system message acts like a context, almost like a programming command, telling the AI what it's supposed to do, what it's allowed to do, the rules, what's expected of it to do. All right, and just giving it all of the background information. The user prompt acts like somebody interacting with ChatGPT. So the user prompt will be giving the email address, the subject line, what they're talking about, etc. So let me show you right now. First one, developer system. So here we say you are the professional email generator with Elanix. Okay. Generate professional short replies to incoming emails. Okay, so right off the bat with the system prompt, we're giving the context, telling the ChatGPT what it is, giving the awareness of its purpose. Right? You are the professional email generator for Elanix AI. Generate professional short replies to incoming emails. We've given him a bit of context over there. Then we can say, give him a bit of formatting, always end off with the website link here. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'll keep this very simple, very short. But when we build our professional systems for companies, we usually want to make the system prompt really efficient, because that's going to be the parameters, right? The field that this AI is working in. So you want to make sure it's up to scratch. But that's going to work for now. User prompt. This is where we do the mapping that I explained in the presentation. And when we say mapping, we just mean bringing variables from a previous module into this one, right? and it's crucial for these chain-like automations. So we'll say this is the email. Okay, so we can say this is the name, and over here it will show you what each module, each variable contains. Put the name over there, the email, put that over there. You can say the subject, email, subject line, and then the body, the most important, text body. Okay, and there you go. That's perfect. Save that. Always save your scenarios. Make.com does not do autosave, so make sure to save it whenever you can. So now we have a trigger module set up. This little clock over here tells you that it's a trigger and that it's actively monitoring the specific trigger app that you've set up. So it's monitoring Gmail right now. Any incoming email is going to get sent over here, captured, sent through to GPT. The GPT is going to receive the email address, the subject line, and the body text. All of those are going to be the ingredients for our little friend ChatGPT over here to generate a personalized professional email response. Okay, so that's done. The next thing to do is go to the data layer, and for that we use our good friend Airtable, create a record. And the reason this is important is for any system you have within a business, you need a data layer. You need some sort of record of what's going on, some timestamps, and it's just overall such a necessity. So what this is going to end up being is a spreadsheet full of all of the emails that this agent had responded to, what the response generated, the time it sent it, so on and so forth. So you click on Airtable, you establish your connection at the very top over here, and now I'm going to move over to Airtable. Okay, and this is the base. Sign up for Airtable, also free, link in the description. And here's our spreadsheet. First I'm going to rename it. Call it email responder. You make it gray. Let's make it purple. And let's make a magic icon. So here's my email autoresponder thing, and this is our base. Okay, Airtable by default they give you all these different fields. To make things easy, I'm just going to delete all of them. Okay, delete. Okay, so this is called your record, your main record column. I don't think you can delete this one, and this is what's going to be used to identify your different records. So we can edit this and we can say client. Okay, then we'll create a single line of text for the subject line. Now let's make it long text. Say client email. And once again, we're going to be using the mapping function to import all of the data from Make.com into our database. So this is going to have the client's email. Okay. Another long text for the AI response. This is the email that the AI generates. Create field. And then we'll add a created time field. and that's gonna, as you can see, record the exact time this all takes place. Okay, so client email, AI response. That's perfect. And like I say, when we talk about scalable, there's so much within Airtable that we could do over here. We could even build a field agent, and what that would do is automatically summarize the email or the conversation and give us a recommendation on what to do next. Good enough for us for now. So our base is set up. We go back to make.com. Over here in base, we're going to click down, just refresh that. And we're going to scroll down and look for email autoresponder. Here it is. Okay, select that. Table, it's table 1. And here's our fields that we just created. So here in client, on the left hand side, you can see all of our variables, once again, very nicely put here for us. So for client, I'm going to take the name from email. And once again, always look at the gray letters. That tells you what the variable is. Client email, same thing, take it from there. Then AI response, we'll take from result. It's always in result. Okay. Just a small tip for anyone building along with me. If you want to be a little more analytical, you could create another column in Airtable for prompt tokens, and that way you can actually track on average how many tokens it's using up for each response. It's cool stuff. So we can save that. So that's sorted. Save. Now I'm going to click add another module. And now we're going to send out that email. Send an email. Connect. Continue. So now I've added a Gmail module. This is going to send out the custom emails to our clients. Okay, so recipient. Over here, you can take it from Airtable or from Gmail. We're going to put in the client's email. Subject line. We can say read space, and we can reply to the subject. Body type, collection of contents, add body context text. Here we're going to take the result from the OpenAI module. We can also include images, systems we built in-house. We usually include email signatures as well. For this tutorial, I'm not going to do that. Result. Okay. Signature. You can also add attachments. Another example of scaling the system is you have a Google Drive module with another ChatGPT module with maybe some menus or some pricing documents, and you assign the GPT to decide which document to send depending on the conversation, and you can automatically send these quotation documents, or maybe proposals or portfolios. Okay, so we're going to click save. That's perfect. We could also generate our subject line if you want to do that. So there you go, the email is being sent out. We're going to go back to Airtable. Okay, I'm going to click update a record. What I'm actually going to do is go back to Airtable and open another field, single select, and call the status. That way we can track whether it's been sent or it's drafting, whatever the case is. So I'll add a blue one, unsent, and then sent in green, and then a pending in yellow. And pending as the default option, create a field. These status buttons are really cool for any automation, just so you can always keep an eye on what's actually happening. So as soon as the email is sent, it's gonna change to sent. Alright. So back here in make.com, we're gonna select that base again, email responder, table 1. Okay. And for record ID, we're going to take it from the previous module where we created the record, so we know it's the exact same record that we're updating. Status switch off map, and click send. Save. And there you have it. That is your email responder, Mark 1. This is the baby junior, but once you build this, you have a foundational understanding of how to build these systems. So here's the most important part. We're going to test it out. Okay, we're going to go into Gmail. So I've sending an email with 2 questions over here, inquiring about services, and then asking why is it necessary to have AI in my business. And I'm going to click send. A very bare bones introduction system. The system prompt we gave GPT was very general, very neutral. So essentially what's happening here is it's like somebody typing in that email into ChatGPT and getting a response. It's not very tailored to our specific business. If you want to do something like that, you build an AI chatbot and pull a knowledge base from your website URL or some documents. Alright. But there we go. And then over here, scheduling is very important for something like an email responder where you want constant monitoring. You want to click on demand. That's as soon as information is triggered from this Gmail module, it's going to run, right? You don't want it to do it every 15 minutes. I mean, you could, but you want instant replies. So there we go. Save. And I want to choose where to start. I'm going to choose a manual email, and it should pick up the email that I just sent to this Gmail address. Okay, here it is. Save and run once. Always like watching this. So I just picked it up through Gmail, sending it to ChatGPT. It's drafting the email, creating the record, sending the email, updating the record. So how we check this is we go back to our data layer in Airtable. Okay. And let's delete this old one. As you can see, there we have it. We have a record of the client name, email address, and the response. Okay. So if we expand this, we can see in detail what the email looks like. Applied instantly, and once again, very generic, but you get a breakdown. Thank you for reaching out. We build custom chatbots, customer service, internal HR, bots integrate with your website, social media. Incorporating AI chatbots is essential. Kind regards, and it ended it off exactly like how we told it to. Here's the reply itself. So there you go, and like I said to you, this is the Mark 1 system. This is how you're going to start out. So this is what we built in the tutorial. We created a scenario from scratch. We added a trigger module. We connected the GPT module. We wrote the AI prompt. We mapped the dynamic data fields, and we configured the email action. We tested it, we turned it on. We see that it works absolutely beautifully. So once again, that's thanking you. We can deploy a much better system in 7 days. Just reach out to us. And I hope that this has helped you gain an understanding of the importance of automation and potential. Right? I'm sure just watching this, you can identify some opportunities where you can use this yourself. Also breaking away that whole intimidation that technology has. We use all of these big words, but putting it into practice, you'll see how simple it really is, right? So, yeah, once again, thank you. Check us out. Any questions, put them in the comments. And remember, with Elanix AI, it's more than possible.